deep conditioners, conditioning treatments, and hair masks. You've likely heard of these products before, and you know that it's something that you should be incorporating into your hair routine. But the question is, how often should you be using these types of products? And how do you pick the best one for your hair that isn't going to weigh your hair down? I'm Laura, I'm a hairstylist, and today I'm gonna talk all about deep conditioners and help you incorporate the right products into your hair care routine. So the terms deep conditioners, hair masks, and conditioning treatments all mean the same thing. Typically, hair masks or deep conditioners are terms that the general public uses, and conditioning treatment is the term that most professional stylists will use. But at the end of the day, they all mean the same thing. And I'll use these terms interchangeably throughout this video. So conditioning treatments moisturize the inner layers of your hair. These types of products are designed to penetrate deeper into a hair strand than traditional conditioner will. This is very important in maintaining the integrity of the hair by keeping it properly moisturized and strong. If the inside layers of a hair strand become dry, the hair can lose its shape, bounce, shine, and become much more susceptible to breakage. So not all conditioning treatments are created equally. There are actually three main categories of conditioning treatments for the hair. And ultimately, you should incorporate all three different types into your hair care routine. So the first one is a moisturizing treatment. Now, this is pretty self-explanatory because moisturizing treatments are going to hydrate and deliver moisture to the inner layers of your hair. So the main way to tell if your hair is lacking moisture is based on the shine of your hair. Does your hair appear to be shiny, or does it seem kind of dull or even staticky? Okay, the second type of treatment is a bonding treatment. Now, a bonding treatment is a deep conditioner that rebuilds the broken bonds in your hair. Bonds are what is holding your hair together. So if the bonds are broken, then the hair becomes weak and very fragile. Bonding treatments do not deliver moisture to the hair. They will not moisturize the hair at all. So it's very important that you incorporate both moisturizing treatments as well as bonding treatments in the hair. So hair bonds are most often broken by chemical damage. This is normally from coloring or over processing with bleach. But they can also be broken from excessive heat styling or even vigorous brushing. You can tell if you need a bonding treatment based on if you have any breakage or unevenness in your hair. This could be split ends or even just an uneven perimeter because your hair has broken off in some spots. And if your hair has been bleached at all, then you likely need a bonding treatment, even if you don't have any breakage. This is just because bonds are broken in the lightening process. So anytime the hair is lightened, color is being removed and bonds are being broken in the process. Okay, the third type of treatment are protein treatments. So the hair is made up of a protein called keratin. So protein treatments are going to replenish the hair with lost protein. You've likely heard of a keratin treatment before, and this is just one type of protein treatment. So you can tell if your hair is deficient in protein based on how it feels. If your hair feels mushy, weak, or gum-like, it likely is deficient in protein. If you've ever felt extremely over-processed hair, then you know what I'm talking about. The hair almost feels like bubble gum. It's extremely soft and pliable and has no elasticity. And elasticity is when the hair stretches. Does it return back to its normal state, or does it stay stretched out? If it stays stretched out, the hair is likely very deficient in protein. Now, I want to point out before moving on that it is possible to overdo it when it comes to protein. So you don't want to do these treatments every day. We'll talk more about this in just a minute. Now, since there are three different categories, I recommend alternating between the categories. If you know for a fact that your hair is deficient in one of the areas, then you should prioritize that type of treatment. Let's say that your hair is dry, frizzy, and dull. So we know that your hair is lacking moisture. So you should definitely prioritize moisturizing treatments over bonding treatments or protein treatments. So to use a moisturizing treatment, you'll want to apply this either after your shampoo or after your conditioner. It really doesn't make much of a difference. If you have very fine hair, you can skip the conditioner, but if your hair is pretty strong and coarse, then you may want to do conditioner and then your deep conditioner. Now for bonding treatments, you will actually perform these before you shampoo and condition your hair. The reason for this is because it's not a moisturizing treatment. It's a bonding treatment, which means it has chemicals in it that are rebuilding the bonds in your hair, and this does need to be shampooed out. So you'll apply the bonding treatments before you shampoo and condition. Now there are some bond building treatments as well as protein treatments that are a leave-in type of product. This means that they don't need to be shampooed out and they can be applied after you get out of the shower. So when applying your deep conditioner, you want to fully saturate the hair, and then I recommend wrapping your hair in a plastic cap, and this will hold the heat in. Heat is actually important when it comes to conditioning treatments because it opens up the outer layer of your hair so that the conditioner can get deeper into the hair. Now you'll want to leave this on for a minimum of 10 minutes, but the longer you leave it on doesn't necessarily mean the better. If you leave it on for hours and hours, it's not likely going to be any better than if you left it on for 30 minutes. And I definitely do not recommend sleeping in these because that can form mold and mildew, and that's not good either. So anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes is a good amount of time. Now, the length of time that a deep conditioner will last is dependent on the condition of your hair. If your hair is healthy, the mask is going to last much longer than if it's damaged. This is because healthy hair has a smooth outer layer or cuticle that lays down flat. When the cuticle lays down flat, it's harder for moisture to escape the hair. So this means that the treatment is going to last in there much longer than if the hair is damaged and that outer layer is opened and broken. So the healthier that your hair is, the less often you have to do this because it's going to last much longer. But if your hair is a lot more damaged or over-processed, you're going to need to do this pretty frequently. For healthy and virgin hair, I recommend doing a treatment at least once a month. At this frequency, you can do a moisture treatment 1 month, a bonding treatment the next month, and a protein treatment the month after that, and then go back to your moisture treatment. For slightly damaged or color treated hair, you'll want to perform a treatment every 1 to 2 weeks. And again, I recommend alternating between the type of treatment. Now, as far as the protein treatment goes, you likely only want to do it once a month or once every 2 months. So you can alternate just between the moisture treatment and the bonding treatment, and then every once in a while add in a protein treatment. And for damaged and bleached hair, you'll actually want to do a treatment every single time you wash your hair. So for hair that is heavily chemically processed or bleached or has significant breakage, you should not be washing your hair without performing a treatment. And again, I recommend alternating between moisture, bonding, and then every once in a while throwing in a protein treatment. Again, every 1 to 2 months. Now you can tell that you've overdone it with protein if your hair becomes very stiff, brittle, or dry feeling, or kind of has that feeling like horse hair. That means that there is too much protein built up onto the hair, which is why it is feeling very stiff. Now, if you do overdo it, I recommend using a clarifying shampoo just to remove some of that extra buildup. And then you definitely want to cut back how often you're doing it. Now, some people may be able to get away with not doing these types of treatments, but doing one every once in a while isn't going to be a bad thing. This is one of the reasons why there aren't a whole lot of protein treatments out on the market, because it is possible to cause breakage. Most protein treatments you get done in the salon rather than at home, but there are a lot of leave-in type of protein treatments that will help you get that extra protein that's lost without overdoing it. Now, if you struggle with deep conditioner weighing your hair down, it's likely because you're doing too much of one type of treatment or doing it too often. If your hair has a lot of broken bonds and you keep moisturizing it, your hair is going to be over moisturized and it's going to lay down pretty flat. This is because excess moisture isn't what your hair really needs. So if your hair begins to feel weighed down from whatever deep conditioner you're using, I recommend taking a break from that one and switching it up to a different kind, as well as decreasing the frequency. Again, you can use a clarifying shampoo if you feel that your hair has become weighed down from your deep conditioner. Okay, so I want to talk really quick about home remedies for deep conditioners. For the most part, home remedies are not a great solution for deep conditioners. And the reason for this is because they are not formulated to penetrate the inner layers of the hair. Most home remedies are things like coconut oil or Greek yogurt or mayonnaise. And those may smooth down the cuticle, which is the outer layer of your hair, but they're not going to penetrate the inner layers of your hair strand. They're not formulated to actually go deep into the hair. So while your hair may feel a little bit smoother because it's coating the hair, it's not actually getting in there as far as it needs to. Now, the only home remedy that I will recommend doing every once in a while is an at-home protein treatment by using egg whites. Again, do not do this more than 1 to 2 months, but what you do is you whip up egg whites until they turn into a foam and let it sit on your hair for only 10 minutes. This is a quick at-home solution if your hair is deficient in protein. Again, if your hair starts feeling a little stiff or almost feels like horsehair after doing these treatments, then cut it back. Now, as far as moisturizing treatments and bonding treatments go, I've linked my favorites down below in the description. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. If you have any other questions for me on deep conditioners, make sure you leave it for me in the comments. And make sure you subscribe if you want to make every day a good hair day. Thanks for watching.